Hey everyone, welcome back to another video for the Now Pursuit, and this is another Thousand Trail campground review. Thousand Trail that we actually visited back in the beginning of October, and it's in Oregon. So I hope it helps, and let's get to it.
Now this spot that we're going to be talking about, it's the second location that we stayed at. It's the next location after Crescent Bar. Now getting to this location, it was pretty easy. This highway that this Thousand Trails is on, it's a huge highway.
Oh yeah, and it was a pretty steep incline, I would say, right? Because we're going up the mountain. We rose pretty high to the point where we saw evidence of snow. On like some cars driving by and stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, we got there at a good time though, because it was raining, but it wasn't like extreme weather.
Yeah.
That I hear can happen in Oregon during the winter. But it made it ever more beautiful because it felt like a rainforest when we finally pulled in.
When we got in, it was actually what, like the end of the season? Were they going to be shutting down this part of the park too? Because when we got there, I assume so, because there wasn't that many RVs.
You know what it is, actually? I think this was an annual one, but site selection wise, Thousand Trails doesn't get access to the entire campground. There was actually, I talked to the lady, she pointed at, there was like, I don't even know, 3 or 4 different areas. What would that be called? Like campground site selections or whatever. Some were cabins that were full-time, other were fulltime RVers, and then and they were blocked off, remember?
Yeah, we did go over there, and there was there was a bar that goes up and down if you have that
There's
access.
Like a code.
We ended up walking over there, and those cabins are nice.
They're really nice,
man.
yeah.
They were really nice.
I think those are full-time people that like live there.
Yeah.
So Thousand Trails, that area there, it's like one section that you get options to choose from.
The scenery was right up my alley.
Yeah.
It's like just everything that I want and that I would want to live under. Next to the trees, under the trees, and having trees on both sides of the rig, and just having that feel of being outdoors, but you're still
an RV park,
your home.
Like in your home, totally. To be honest, it was one of my favorites. It was like a gorgeous, even though it's an RV park, like Angelo said, like the greenery and just all of the trees were amazing.
Exactly. You can only imagine how it was during summertime.
Right, I know.
You can only imagine. It must have been pretty fun.
Yeah.
So the site itself, it fit us, it fit our truck, it had its own picnic table, it had its own space for the kids to play outside.
It was a good size, I would say. I mean, you get to choose, you know.
It was a good size.
Hey, no, baby. Okay. You get to pick your site, so obviously if you don't like one, then go to another one. But we had a perfect one that had like, I always call it shrubbery, but like all this greenery and you know, like little trees and stuff that were right next to us.
Didn't they recommend that spot too?
I don't remember. Maybe to you, I'm not sure.
I really love the spot.
It was a corner spot, right?
Yeah, it was a corner spot, and it had just a nice little like open space. It wasn't even like open space. It was like a fallen tree that was in between there, and the kids were just running through that thing.
Oh yeah, it was super cool.
They were just jumping
and it was
all over
right
the
outside our window, so like we were able to like monitor them from being inside. Like the window behind us, it's so massive. That's where we saw the kids running in the trees and stuff. It was really cool.
Super cool. And so the site that we were at, actually, we were right next to the pool and the playground. The pool and the jacuzzi were indoors, and so was the rec room. It had a pool table, it had games, it had, you know, the old school arcade games.
Oh yeah.
It had those, it had a TV in there.
I loved the jacuzzi.
Yeah, that was nice. That was a really nice building.
All of it was in the same building.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the pool was massive too for being indoors. And the jacuzzi was in a separate room, and it had a huge window, so you're like looking out to the mountains while you're in the jacuzzi, so that was pretty cool too.
And all that was right next to the playground also. Big enough for, you know, the teens and the preteens, you know. Me and Genesis, we could have got on there too, but we were just, you know.
Yeah, we do that. We play with the kids on the playground.
You know, we do that. And that was like a hop and a skip away from where our site was. Like it was just right there.
So in a way, from all of the Thousand Trail selection sites, because you literally were able to just walk and it was like right there.
Yeah.
And then too, there was laundry, which the laundry machines worked well.
Yeah, they did.
Which is great. It's a big laundry room. There's a lot of washers and dryers selection,
Yeah.
so that was really cool too.
Yeah, it was a nice spot too.
I don't remember the public bathrooms though. I mean, inside, I know inside the rec room, the public bathrooms were really, really clean.
Yeah, those were really nice.
But I don't remember any next to our
I don't remember any other
site.
ones.
Yeah, I don't. But we don't use it normally unless it's by the pool and we have to shower the kids after the pool. But those inside the rec room were really nice. But near the campsites, I don't remember a public restroom, so we can't really comment on that.
Not sure. Now, family friendly, there was a family that we met. Well, I think it was just the wife. The wife and her kids came out.
And her kids came out, yeah.
And
so,
they were leaving that same day that we met them.
yeah.
And
they actually didn't have Thousand Trails.
No, they didn't.
No, so I think, I don't know, that area where the Thousand Trails members can choose, it's not all just membership based. So good to know for if you're watching and you don't have a membership.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they were really open for it.
Yeah.
And they were really nice too.
Mm-hmm. And we did see a lot of kids in the pool. And some kids just spiking around. So we do know there were kids. We were only there for 2 nights. So we didn't stay as long as like a lot of the other ones where we got to meet more families. But this time around, we still met another family traveling through.
Oh, yeah.
And our kids played with them. So I would say it's family friendly.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
So there is a river that's nearby. We can't tell you what river it is. Or what
I have a feeling it's Mount Hood, but I'm not sure. Everything was Mount Hood, Mount Hood, that.
Everything.
So
yeah,
maybe.
But we ended up finding it. We ended up following one of the roads where we ended up seeing those really nice annual cabins.
Yeah.
Those are really nice, and so we wanted to see it. So we went as far as we could to get as close as we can, and we saw it, and it was pretty cool. Like it was really nice, and we didn't get close because you kind of had to like go down, do a little climbing, and it was too cold. It was too wet. We were just like, yeah, we're not gonna do this.
And just so you know too, we did go during the hours you can go, because in that cabin area you're not supposed to walk. I think after 5.
Yeah.
So we did go before that.
Yeah.
We did see the river, but you can't full-time like access that river. But the family we did meet, they were able to go and access it, and they said you would drive outside the campground and go near there. I think it's like 2 miles or something. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. We didn't experience it. Like I said, we were only there for a very short time, but you can access the river nearby. And during the summer, when I looked it up, because I thought it was open, there's like a lot of activities in the area that are more like for summer stuff. And I know that there's like some snow stuff happening, but that's then more in the winter. So we were like right in between summer and winter. So there wasn't a lot of like big things happening in the area. I think it's like alpine skiing or something like that. But they do have winter activities and summer activities all in the area. So I know that's a really good place to go where you could explore and stuff. We just didn't stay enough.
Yeah.
Or at the right time, I guess,
Yeah. But what we did get to experience was the city.
Yeah, the city nearby.
The city was great.
Yeah.
It was a great city. We ended up eating at an Olive Garden, trying to get some familiarity. Trying to get something that we're used to.
Yeah.
So we ended up going to that Olive Garden.
And that was cool.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah. And there's like a Walmart nearby. We're big on like, okay, what do we know? Okay, cool. Let's do that. We're also spontaneous, but when we're there for 2 nights, we just go and like get what we need.
Or we're just like, we're splurging.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the Olive Garden was more of a splurge moment. Mm-hmm. So when we do that splurging, we want to do it on something that we know we're gonna like.
That's true. And we love our Olive Garden. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so last thing that we're hitting today is, would we stay there again? But I'm gonna ask you, babe. Would you stay there again?
Would you stay there again?
Yeah. Yes, totally stay there again. We only stayed there 2 nights. I would totally book it to stay there at least 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because it was gorgeous, and honestly, if you just stay in the campground, that's totally fine too.
Man.
Yeah, you could just go to the pool every day. It was beautiful. So,
it was.
Yeah, definitely would go back.
Definitely.
So this is Mount Hood RV Village, I think. I don't know. I'll put it
think so.
there. Is that right?
Yeah.
I don't look it up before. I should look it up.
But it's Mount Hood, Thousand Trails.
Yes.
That's the one that we really like. So if you're trying to book it again, or trying to book it for your first time, definitely a great place to be.
Definitely a great place. All right, so we'll see you at our next video.
Yes.
Thanks for being here with us.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.